What's good, y'all? It's your boy Chris, man, and I'm here with the one and only, my twin, my Bobo right here, man. I'm with. What's your name, man? What's your name? What's your name?
This is my first time on here.
Yeah, this is the sports variety channel.
Kaya. That's my name.
Yes, sir.
And I got some of the best takes about sports, and I'll bet money on it. I don't care.
Yeah, cause I won't lie. He's one of the people that we constantly debate and we talk about sports every single day. Like, it's not a day where we just you know what I mean? We really don't talk about sports. Like, we talk about sports every day, debating. So today we have 2 special videos today, y'all. So just be on the lookout for those, man. But I'm gonna get right into this one right here. I have no clue what we talking about, but the title of this video is "I changed my mind on this debate." We're not gonna see what this debate is. And you know what? We love to debate like we just did. So y'all, I want to get right into this. I just want to tell y'all, man, that I thank y'all, love y'all. Don't forget to leave a like, comment. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You heard me. But let's get right into this. You ready?
Yep.
Let's turn up then, man.
After years of judging, critiquing, hating on some of your hot takes, today, I'm gonna share some of mine. It is only fair, after all, that if I put others' opinions up for debate, contention, ridicule, that I do the same for myself. Because like you, I too am just a guy who has a few takes and opinions that I wouldn't dare say out loud in fear of having my ball knowledge put into question. But today, I'm gonna do just that. So here are my NBA hot takes.
I ain't really lie. If somebody ever called Derrick Rose the weakest MVP, I would like give dog some of these. I ain't really lie.
Bro, didn't Steve Nash win the MVP?
He wasn't even one.
Exactly.
He won it back to back. He won it back to back.
That was worse. That's like, worse than Derrick Rose if you want to talk about that.
Like legit. Look, remember, like one of the years Kobe, he was supposed to win that. He was supposed to win that. Then they gave it to him, which was out of pocket. Steve Nash is hard, but come on now.
To say Derrick Rose got the worst MVP ever,
that's some crazy word.
In preparation for this video, I thought about some of the opinions I've had over the years about players, teams, eras. Opinions that I know are probably subjective and completely false, but I usually try to stay as objective and non-biased as I can. Do my research, refer to film, gather consensus when necessary. But in this video, I'm doing none of that. Okay. And instead, sharing with y'all 5 of my NBA hot takes.
Alright, 5 hot takes. You ready?
He's gonna say something stupid.
It's gonna be fast.
Alright, so my first hot take is kind of hard to admit. I almost don't even want to say it out loud, but I'm going to. Tim Duncan has become overrated. Now, before you bring out the torches, hear me out. When Tim Duncan was playing, there were maybe a few seasons throughout his 19-year career where he was considered the best player in the world. No one ever thought he was better than Shaq in his prime. Many fans at the time argued that KG had a higher peak than him, although I would disagree with this. And in the moment, for a good decade or so, you would be in the minority if you thought Tim Duncan was a better basketball player than Kobe Bryant. By the time Duncan...
Yeah, well...
Okay. I don't agree with him 100%, but this is funny. On 2K, Tim Duncan's the worst player to use ever, and he's a 97 overall. He's overrated on 2K. Like, you can't use him. There's no point of him on there. Like, he can't shoot a 3, but like in real life, he was a winner.
See, I don't know. Like for Tim, he got them. He just has like, I feel like he has one of them weird careers where it's like he was very successful. It just like, it wasn't like a Kobe type of, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like that's Tim. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you see what I'm trying to say.
The thing about it, he had
a great team
around him
for years.
But I will say he's one of the best defenders of all time. The way
he reads the game.
Yeah, how good his defense was. Yeah. Is what makes him also a good player, and he's just a winner. He's just his IQ is just unmatched.
See, but look, that's also something that really does make him great. He knows how to win. He's a winner, like you said, and he can play. He genuinely can play, but he's not better than Shaq. Of course, he's not better than Kobe.
Of course,
but he's hands down one of the best in his position though, hands down.
Retired, he was very underrated. Most fans had him somewhere around 15th, maybe just outside the top 10 greatest players.
Hold up. I'm so sorry. I know we keep pausing. This is the last pause before we continue. Do you think he's better than Kevin Garnett?
From how dominant I heard Kevin Garnett was before
Kevin Garnett was a
born,
dog. Kevin Garnett was a
I don't
dog.
think so. But he had the better career, of course. But
young KG,
talent,
young KG wasn't nobody.
Talent wise, Kevin Garnett, he probably got him on that. From what I've heard and what I've looked back at, Kevin Garnett is more talented, but it didn't show it in his success. I mean, he did get his rings later on, but yeah,
I see.
Of all time, but miraculously over the past 5 years or so, Timmy has creeped from 15th to 13th to top 10 to where he probably should be, somewhere around 7.
He should
to
be
now
above
all the
any
way
of these.
within people's top 5, even top 3 players ever. And this isn't just a small community of Tim Duncan advocates pushing this propaganda. I'm seeing Duncan floating anywhere from top 5 to top 3 all time for a lot of fans these days. Even people claiming he may just be the greatest basketball player of all time. Guys, Tim Duncan was incredible. The
Let's just keep it going.
best power forward of all time. He is not one of the 5 greatest players ever, let alone the GOAT. And I think what's probably happening here is younger or maybe newer fans of the NBA are looking at his accolades and accomplishments and comparing them side by side to other greats and saying, wow, this guy really did a lot and his resume is better than just about anyone ever. But if you watched Duncan's career unfold in real time, you would have felt the impact he had on the league and on the Spurs, but you would have also felt the massive role that the Spurs system and Popovich's coaching excellence played on Duncan.
What did you just say? You literally said that. See, I'm telling you, boy.
Around him. And he has possibly the greatest coach of all time.
Yes.
On top of that, like
him, Phil Jackson, and Steve Kerr.
Phil Jackson is up there.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Steve Kerr could be third or he
how's
gets
Steve
fourth.
Kerr
I don't know.
He bro.
I don't know. Their run, yeah.
That's why. Now, yeah, he's still man.
He didn't become a little dumber.
We can say the same thing about Pop then.
He just don't have a team. He don't have a good team at all. He luckily has Wemby.
Yeah.
And let's see what the Spurs get if they get talent around Wemby.
Yeah.
He was unbelievably consistent. He was a defensive juggernaut. He was a leader. But Duncan was also the beneficiary of the most competent organization in the league that prioritized team ball and continuity. From Hall of Fame teammates he played with for the majority of his career to all-time greats that played big roles in helping the Spurs win championships, Duncan was always surrounded by winning culture and winning teammates. This is by no means a knock on him. In fact, he was a big reason why the Spurs were so cohesive. But only in retrospect would you look at his laundry list of accomplishments and neglect all of the details that came with it. For many years, the Spurs as a team and organization were seen as this staple of excellence more than Tim Duncan was as an individual. It wasn't Duncan and the Spurs. It was just the Spurs. They were one and the same, not this pretty good team with a fantastically great player on it. But if you just look at his resume, you wouldn't know that. You could argue Duncan had maybe a top 3 career in NBA history, but as a player, he's just not on the same tier as Jordan or LeBron or Kareem. I don't know how after he retired, he has slowly crept past Shaq and Bird and Russell and even Magic for some people. Duncan is one of my all-time favorite players, but he is not a top 5 player in NBA history. And it's odd to see a player who was so underrated for so many years become slightly overrated today. Now, I'd like to think of myself as sort of a board member, an executive within the organization of LeBron fans and Glazers. So this next take pains me to say, but LeBron has sabotaged many good situations throughout his time in the NBA, and his career as a whole has suffered because of it. We all know that LeBron has been held back by some bad front offices, selfish teammates, terrible roster constructions, but what doesn't get talked about enough is how he has gone out of his way to try to make good situations better and has inadvertently ended up just ruining things for himself in the process. Like in 2014, when he decided to sign with the Cavs instead of staying with the Heat. Why did he do that? Well, we all know why. The Heat were getting old, Wade was past his prime, and the Cavaliers had the cap space and a budding young star in Kyrie Irving to help reel Bron back to Cleveland. This decision eventually led to a championship, but what if he just stayed with the Heat? With Pat Riley and Spoelstra, where there's culture.
I say this, if he was to stay with the Heat, nah. they would have won at least 2 championships. I'm not ready to lie.
2 more?
2 more. I'm dead serious. The reason why I say that, the Heat already made it without LeBron in there. Imagine if Bron and his knowledge of the game and literally on how he can literally make everybody else better. Jimmy, Bam, Bam is so cold, man. I literally cannot explain how cold Bam literally plays like a damn guard. Like he's cold. Like that's what I mean. Like if he was to have, if dead serious, if we were really talking about if he was be on that squad, they would at least that bubble year they would have won, and then like legit one more other random year they would have won.
The problem about that,
I feel like, and also
they wouldn't have got Jimmy if Bron would have stayed. They wouldn't have been able to get Jimmy.
I think,
I'm be honest, and also I don't remember what pick Bam was, but would their pick be the same if Bron was there? I don't think they would not have the team they have today, because you're either not getting Bam, which is more likely you might have, but you're definitely not getting Jimmy. You're not getting Jimmy.
I think you could. The only reason why I say you could is, bro, they already had 3 stars on there. 3 stars in Miami before. They know how to do that. And on top of that too, they don't need no Cal Lowry, no Terry Rozier, no. They don't need that.
And they wouldn't have had a Tyler Hero.
They don't need that.
They would have had, like I said, you gonna be missing 2 out of the 3 or 1 out of the 3.
We'll see. I don't know about that.
And accountability. I imagine his career would have played out even better considering where the Heat are today. Or what about when the Cavs went to back-to-back finals in 2016 and 2017, but since LeBron didn't feel they had enough to win it all, he orchestrated an entire implosion of their roster, which ended up being vastly worse, and then just left them again once things were beyond repair. Or most recently, when the Lakers won a championship in 2020, and instead of reloading with the same roster, the Lakers returned with a whole new team just 2 seasons later. These decisions do not happen without LeBron's okay. Throughout his career, he has been so quick to want more, want something better, and he can't wait around for it to happen organically, so he tries to force these things to happen. And when it doesn't work out, which it hasn't worked out a lot, the organization, the coaching staff, and even his own teammates end up taking the fall. As great as he is, LeBron has tried to play GM way too often in his career. And when he can't, or he's out of options, he just moves on to the next new shiny thing. If he just stayed with the Heat, or stayed with the Cavs, or allowed rosters to build chemistry and young players to develop naturally over time, I think his career and the perception of it would probably be better right now. LeBron has willed his way to some of the greatest feats the sport has ever seen, but he has also sabotaged a lot of good things along the way. Now, here's a hot take for you, and I don't care if I'm wrong.
Okay.
The corner...
He is not lying. I've always said it. LeBron has messed up some good young teams to go to that team. He went to the Lakers. They sent off everybody. They got 1 ring out of it, but they lost Lonzo. They lost.
I don't care. They lost. Even whenever they got a Quinn Cook, that shook me. Like whenever they got rid of Quinn was actually hooping.
They basically, these teams gave up everything to get LeBron
and to keep AD.
And to keep
and then what happened? Next year, AD hurt. Brian tired. Brian like, bro, these people ain't doing nothing.
And now, bro, he's not gonna win another ring with the Lakers unless he goes somewhere else where they already have something good and he goes in. But also, you gotta hope he don't mess that up. I'm just I don't think he will.
Okay, I feel like now at LeBron's career, but wherever team he goes at, he won't mess up. I feel like I feel like, okay, well, never say never, but to me, I just feel like now LeBron just really can't. Like he knows so much of the game to where it's like whatever team he's going to, the system already be there for him. Because I feel like LeBron is like.
Where he's at now,
yeah.
I believe that, but like I said, if he stays on the Lakers, they have no chance. The West is too deep.
Nah, but I ain't really lie. He need to end his career with the Lakers. I feel like no cap. For real. Like
him over
yes,
over the Cavs or the Heat.
Cause why not? Your son, he's still up in the air for, you know what I mean. So like my thing is, cause I really feel like what's about to happen. If Bronny does not get drafted, he's gonna be undrafted. they're about to have probably like 1, 2 free spots. LeBron might be like, hey, let me get Bronny on the squad. LeBron's gonna probably play a year, train Bronny, get Bronny to, you know what I mean? Because I don't care. Like I said in the group chat, Bronny is very good. Bronny's game is not meant for college. It's not. He's too good of a basketball. He plays too quick, and his IQ is too good for a college hoop.
Everybody ball hawking in college.
He's
for the
too.
most part.
He's
or
too.
That team didn't look right with him being on it. It didn't look right because of the team. That's how I feel. The team just
No, I don't. For me, I genuinely don't feel like I feel like because for some college is only for some players. Like for instance, Lou Williams, college is not for him. I'm glad Lou never went to college. Lou Williams for LeBron. If LeBron would have went to college, his career it would not have worked out because LeBron's not a college type player. I felt and one hot take I seen in a podcast. They basically like molded Bronny into somebody to help LeBron's career. Cause remind you, Bronny's not the dominant scorer. He's a complimentary player.
He does everything else you need to be done.
He's a complimentary player.
And can score when you need it.
And what does LeBron always have? You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm just because like that was a hot take that they made on Bronny. I was like, bro, I could see that. I could see why. Cause like that's the thing, Bronny, he's good. He don't got that dog in him. He don't got that. I'm gonna kill you every time. We see how athletic he is. He can shoot that thing too.
Things along the way. Now, here's a hot take for you, and I don't care if I'm wrong. The corner three is not the easiest three-point shot. For years, everyone has said the corner three is easier than any three-pointer, and so there's an advantage to be had there if you use them right. I wholeheartedly disagree. In the NBA, sure, the corner three is shorter than on the wing or at the top of the key, but if you play ball, you know this shot is as scuffed as it gets. When you're looking at the hoop straight on, you just have a wider margin of error. You can shoot long and bank it in. You have a better perception of depth since you're looking at the backboard. It may just be psychological, but whatever it is, you cannot convince me that this shot is easier than this shot. According to NBA.com, this season the league as a whole is shooting 39% from corner threes, whereas above the break, teams are shooting 36.1% on average. Now, that's a substantial difference in efficiency from these two different shooting zones, and it would lead you to believe the corner three is easier. But I think shooting percentage is higher on corner threes than threes above the break for two reasons. One, the best shooters in the league, the guys who are on NBA rosters to drill a few threes a game, usually spend the most time in the corner. And since most players who set up shop in the corner are sharpshooters, the overall efficiency from corner threes is boosted compared to on the wing or at the top of the key. And reason number two, a lot of threes taken above the break are pulled up off of dribbles, players flying off of screens trying to square up and get a good shot off. And many times the players attempting these kinds of threes are the best player on their team, but not the best shooters. On the other hand, corner threes are almost exclusively set shots coming off of passes to a wide open man. The very nature of offenses in the NBA makes these corner threes easier than any other threes because plays are often drawn up to get open looks from here from the best shooters in the world shooting set shots with no one contesting. Corner threes, especially those real deep ones where you feel like you're behind the backboard, are not easier than any other three-pointer. Now I know I'm going to catch some flack for this next take, and that's okay, because in a redraft of every player in NBA history just after their rookie season, I would pick Victor Wembanyama first overall. You might say this is just recency bias, you may think I'm crazy, and you're probably right, but Wemby would be my first pick. His progression, his poise, his confidence, his skill set, his potential. If you lined up every great player since the inception of the NBA, and if we're just going off of what we've seen from them in their rookie season, I would pick the kid in San Antonio. Now, my answer may be different if I were to pick anyone before they played in an NBA game. Maybe it's LeBron or Kareem, but based on what we know so far, give me the 7'4" alien. Wemby can do everything on the court. He's got the offensive skills, the defensive ability, and willingness. From what has been said about him, he is like a sponge with information. He's learning exceptionally fast on the court. And I think what's just as impressive as his physical tools, the kid is not afraid of the moment. He isn't timid, he can talk trash and take it too. He's got heart, and you can tell he really loves the game. Now, I think some players who are up there with him for the first overall pick in a redraft post-rookie season might be Shaq, Kareem, MJ. Duncan was incredible as a rookie, maybe Hakeem. Overall, their numbers are about equally as impressive. But the thing that stands out about Victor is that he's doing this at 19, 20 years old on a minutes restriction. He's already an elite two-way player, possibly even the best defensive player in...
My fault. I really just noticed Wemby's only 20.
The entire league. And he has the advantage of playing in an era where he is allowed to develop a well-rounded offensive game from the post all the way out to the perimeter, something that Shaq, Hakeem, and Kareem never had. The improvements he's made from his first game this season to now are already so massive that his progress alone really makes him stand out even amongst the greatest rookies ever. And quite frankly, I never witnessed these other players play in their rookie seasons. I wasn't there to see it in real time. And of all the rookies I have seen over the last 15 years or so, Wembanyama is way ahead of all of them. Is this a terrible argument to make here? Sure. Does that change my pick? No. If you can ignore what we know about these players outside of their first season in the league, and if you had to choose one of them, I think Wemby would go first overall.
We're gonna talk about
At
this
least
after
for
the
me,
video.
he would. By the time these other players came into the league, they were already relatively polished. Jordan was still pretty raw, and LeBron was playing off of sheer athleticism. But Wemby is having one of the greatest rookie seasons ever, and just by watching him, you can tell he's still just learning how to play in the NBA. So not only is he already incredible, he's just barely scratching the surface of his potential. Now, can this take come back to bite me in the ass? It sure can, but I don't care. If I could choose any player in NBA history based off of their rookie season and their potential and trajectory, I'm picking Victor Wembanyama. Now, I don't know if this last take is even a hot one anymore.
Oh, hold on. Okay, should we pause and talk about that take, or should we just finish the video
I
first?
think I don't know. I feel like that should be talked about. That's crazy.
Right now? Okay, look.
That's
That's a crazy take, because the reason why I say this... Okay, look. I understand overseas ball is totally different from NBA. Totally understand. This dude was already a pro. He, like... Okay, I'm just saying, like... Let's not sit here and act like you know what I mean? He really don't know what he's doing out there. He know what he's doing, but just the NBA game is just totally different. I will say that. But I'm saying to take him over rookie Brian, who we seen what he did. Rookie KD was AI was a maniac. Who else is a crazy rookie? Ant's a dog. And we see where Ant is right now.
He ain't even at his best right now, and that's the crazy thing about it. But
okay, but what you think?
Look, I don't think that's a hot take 100%, and my reason too is because, like, I get Bron. Like, out of everybody, I might just have to say Bron.
Yeah, I'm choosing Bron.
He came straight out of high school and did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe came straight out of high school, but he wasn't like that year one. You saw potential, but Bron came out straight out of high school and was like that.
Mm-hmm. And
so
and led him to a.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. But my thing is, I have Bron, but I would in my brain I would kind of almost go Wemby because of the. Because look, scratch that. It's his first year. His defensive presence.
Yeah.
This man's averaging like 3-4 blocks as a rookie.
Oh,
no. I've not seen anybody. I'm 21 years old. I have not seen anybody on the defensive side be as impactful as him. And he's only a rookie. And that's what I'm trying to say. You talk about that and everything else he can do. He can do what KD do.
See
at that side, like
like for sure. Like Wemby's hard, but for me, it's just a hot take because I seen what Bron did. What Bron did, Wemby's not doing.
Yeah.
He's not carrying. He's not lead. Like I'm just saying. Like Bron's a rookie. He was hooping against 12th graders, bro. 11th graders, bro. Came to the NBA and just killed, bro. I'm like that's the only reason why I'm calling it a hot take, because I'm not picking him over Bron. But like you were saying, though, scratch everything else off. We just look at him.
I'm
wouldn't.
putting him
Yeah, you know what I mean?
based
Who
off
wouldn't?
being 7'5"
Who
and
wouldn't?
can do everything. Like that's a my career player.
But based off the knowledge that I know, I just
Somebody got to prove that they can do what LeBron did.
yes,
That's all
like
I'm
that's
saying.
my
You gotta
thing.
prove
Like you just gotta prove
you can do
that,
what LeBron did with
Yeah.
all the pressure coming out of high school, and now what is he? The greatest scorer of all time.
Yeah,
All these accomplishments. Like
but that's a
lot of
hot
pressure.
take. Like that's the only reason why I say that's a hot take for me. Just because it's like, just if you like you said, if you could at least do something similar or come even close to what Brian did, then I might think about
The
it.
one thing that got me to like kind of understand that this taken away,
Mm-hmm.
you look at what Wemby's first couple games compared to now, bro. That much improvement
Yeah.
in 1 year. Now he looks like I can only imagine him year 2, year 3, and on top of that, bro, I'm a Pacers fan, and this dude Miles Turner has never averaged 10 rebounds in his life as a center. Wemby's doing this.
Are you for real?
Exactly, he's a center. Wemby's doing this as a rookie. His stats are better than Miles Turner's stats in his whole career.
That's crazy.
And
Nah,
that's
actually
crazy to say.
That's actually crazy.
That's my point. It's crazy to say. Like his stats.
No, and also too, y'all. I don't want y'all to sit here thinking like, oh, I don't like Wemby or he don't. You know what I mean? No, we don't. I love Wemby. Like I love watching him play. I don't watch him play that much, but when I do watch him, I love watching him play. But for this take, like I said, I'm just choosing Brian Steele. I would choose Wemby, but for me, I'm just still choosing Brian because of what Brian did.
Off Brian did, but if you talk about the player, like
Okay,
I
no.
want a 7'5" player, bro.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a cheat code.
Who wouldn't want a
Who
7'5"
don't want a
player?
7'5" player on their team? It's a cheat code.
But
bro.
also too, let's not LeBron's athleticism when he was younger and everything else he could do was ridiculous. Like we didn't see stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. But we almost done.
But
Last
it
take.
needs to be said. The 2017 Warriors are by far the best NBA team ever. Not just the best team assembled, not the best team
Oh,
on
2017?
paper.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are, by a pretty wide margin, the
2017 is
best,
crazy.
most cohesive team in NBA history. Over the years,
Their
people
chemistry.
will argue that the 96 Bulls were better, or the 2000 Lakers, or if they're really out of their mind, they'll say the 86 Celtics. But no, the 20.
Hold up, time out. Hold up. I did the reaction to the Celtics and stuff,
Argue
right?
that the 96 Bulls
Hold
were
up.
better, or the 2000
Hold up.
Lakers. Or
Okay, them two that hard,
if
crazy.
they're really out of their mind, they'll say the 86.
But them,
They were underrated. Bro.
these niggas is
tough.
problems.
They're
tough.
I wasn't even born.
They're tough.
But they
Put
was
some respect
tough.
on their names, boy. No, especially this man right here. This man right here.
They had like a big four is what I found out. Big four, big four at that time is crazy.
Man,
And Larry-
this was
Larry-
a squad.
Larry, the coldest white boy hooper ever. He white, but he black. You know.
Yeah, for real.
Celtics. But no, the 2017 Warriors would dog walk any team you put in front of them. They were so good that it pissed people off.
2016-17
They
is
were
my
so
favorite career.
good that everyone unanimously agreed
more
that it
aggressive.
wasn't even fair. It's been long enough now that the painful hopelessness that this team inflicted upon NBA fans around the world has subsided. But I'm sure we can all still remember just how overwhelming this team was. They made really good teams
hated that
look
man.
incompetent.
Still
I mean,
do.
they had everything. Arguably the greatest player in the world at the time, the greatest shooter ever at the peak of his powers, the most versatile defender in the league, arguably the second greatest shooter ever, and somehow still managed to have a very solid, well-rounded
Hold on,
bench.
we gotta talk about
And
this
not
after.
only did they have the most talent, but all of that talent worked really well together. All of their skill sets and intentions meshed about as well as a team could. So not only were they the most loaded team in NBA history, they all bought in, and they all just wanted to win. So I not only think they're the best team ever, I don't even think it's close. Pick any other team to go against them, specifically the 2017 version of the Warriors, and the opposing team would be lucky to sneak 1, maybe 2 wins in a 7-game series.
I can see
and
that.
those are 5 of my NBA hot takes. Hopefully I didn't alienate every NBA fan throughout this process. I just think it's only fair that after sitting on my high horse and judging everyone else's takes, I share a few of my own. So please go easy on me. Share your thoughts in the comments below.
Alright, so I want y'all to share your thoughts down in the comments, but we're about to share we done said our thoughts literally throughout the video, but for the very last take, let's talk about this real quick. Like I said, 2016-2017 Curry was my best Curry. That team, Golden State, was dogs. And you know, I remember at that time, people was calling me and him crazy because I made a statement saying, he agreed with me at the time. I made a statement claiming, saying, at the time, KD was literally the best hooper in the league at that time. Like, the best in the league. Wasn't nobody touching that man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. Whenever he got traded and went somewhere, it was such a big deal. People hated it because they knew he was the best in the league at that time. That's what kills me, is that, like, they wanted to show all that hate and stuff on him, but y'all know damn well he's the best player in the league. That's why y'all doing all that. Y'all didn't want that to happen because they already knew having the 2 greatest shooters, and then have Iguodala
and the best player at the time, as well as also the best defender in the league at the time. You had the best of 4 things.
Steve Kerr that has won championships too.
Yeah, and like the only thing I didn't like about what happened, reason why I didn't like KD for that, the man lost a 3-1 lead to the team and went to them after he lost when all he needed was 1 more win.
Yeah. That's the
only thing that made it crazy.
Yeah, like that was like the only thing I couldn't really defend KD back, because in paper it looked crazy. Like 3-1 you left.
Because you couldn't.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it looked crazy. It do look crazy for sure. But nah, like that squad though was crazy.
You know, like the take, like where we be like, well, the Celtics should win this year because they're a stacked team. Mm-hmm. The Warriors had no excuse at all because they were. You cannot not win a championship with that roster. And that's kind of how I feel about the Celtics now. But they're not. They're dominant, but not like them.
Didn't Golden State they won their 73 games before KD was there, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. That's the thing that made it worse. You add in KD lost a 3-1 lead versus them, and also they broke the record. They broke the record for most wins ever in NBA history before KD get there. So when you put him on that, you got no excuse at all.
This was a really good video. What did you think about the video before we?
It was good because a lot of his takes are not that hot to me in ways. Like, a matter of fact, do you believe nobody could beat that team? That 2017 team ever?
I don't see nobody beating that squad. Only reason why I'm saying that, cause bro, we have to really think personnel at that time. That was really when they lost against. Remember they had an amazing season. They were supposed to win the whole entire thing. They lost. They came back. Their whole mentality, the whole demeanor, the way they played their sets and everything. That was just a whole different squad. Like, they was like busting teams. Like, remember, busting teams with ease. Like, they was literally going through the playoffs. People was like, oh, it's no point in watching it. We already knew they're gonna bust the team by 50.
I haven't seen nobody win 70. Nobody's winning 70 games nowadays. But my thing about it, I would have loved to see MJ and them Bulls going against them, because you got Dennis, you got Scotty, you got Pippen, you got Jordan, who are some of the best defenders of all time, guarding all of that. Yeah. I would love to see that. Only thing is the spacing, but also you got the killer in MJ on top of that, and Rodman ain't nothing. So he was not nothing sweet from what I heard. So I'd be interested to see how that goes, because they got players to defend them. They do, and
that'd be a good matchup. I feel like.
I'm trying to tell you
Golden State, they will win that though.
They got them like to our heads right now. They got the firepower on offense. Of course they do, but like I said, they got people to combat them defensively. I don't know about their bench and everything, but like I said, you got MJ.
Their bench was nice too.
That's what I'm saying. You got MJ. You got Scotty. You got Dennis. Who they gonna guard? Curry, Clay, KD.
Don't forget about Draymond and everybody else too.
Draymond's a defender, but also at the time, Dennis was one of the best defenders of all time ever too.
But also too, Draymond at the time, he was scoring too. Like he would cut and stuff. He's a very good screen and go player. Very good screen and go player. He's yeah, like. Yeah, no, you're right though.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I would
because
love to see it.
In a way, you got some of the best defenders of all time, supposedly, versus the best offense of all time.
Yeah.
And and you got MJ, supposedly one or two being the best of all time or second best of all time.
What's your thoughts about that Lakers squad too? You know, Shaq, Kobe,
Shaq.
And
I don't know if they'd be as good as the Bulls team or the Celtics team, only because they had more firepower than that. Kobe and Shaq. You can't stop Shaq. You're not gonna stop Kobe.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can go either way.
Yeah.
Basically.
But y'all, this was that video, man. We had a great conversation, great talk. This is almost a 40-minute joint. Hope y'all did enjoy. Thank y'all. Love y'all. You have anything else you want to say to him before we hop out of here? Oh, hold on. Let me talk for him. Follow this man on his TikTok, bro. He's gonna be He's gonna be posting a lot of content. He posts relatable content. He's gonna be posting a lot of sports content too. Sports in the sense. Actually, you tell him. I'm over showing. What you gonna do? What you gonna do on TikTok?
I'm finna be posting sports content, sports takes. Relatable quotes occasionally. I'm just trying to figure out what else more I want to do, but
vlogs too. He's doing. He got a little voice too. I ain't really lie to y'all.
Supposedly I could sing a little bit, so I don't know. I might test that out and see what y'all think about my singing. But
yeah, go follow him.
But
boy.
Hey, yeah, go follow me.
Everywhere, man.
Micaiah Bowman. Everything. I hope you can spell
that. He said, "Hope you can spell it." But y'all, man, that's the end of this video, man. Hope y'all did enjoy. Thank y'all. Y'all tell us y'all thoughts about this whole entire video, man. What do y'all think, man? Tell me y'all thoughts on any of the joints that we talked about too. But this was a very good video, though. I ain't really gonna lie. I'm glad I was able to do it with you too, because it was a very good conversation. Hot takes too.
It was.
Oh, hold on. Before we end out, what was your favorite takes? My two favorite takes was the last one about the team and the 1v1. Those are my two favorite ones.
I'd have to say the same thing.
Those were some very good takes.
Literally. And the worst take.
D
Rose being the worst MVP.
That was crazy. That was a crazy.
You ain't seen a player. You ain't really seen a player like.
Bro,
Derrick Rose
ain't no player, boy. See, now, I don't think people understand. D Rose at that time, he was a different breed.
He was young, and he would have only got better. That's the thing about it.
He was dogging you every time. He did not care. But hey, that's the end of this video, man. We done talking. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Don't forget to be great, continue to follow your dreams. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Comment. Your boy's out, man.